We're going to start with the hard questions.
Okay.
The age-old gamer question. Why didn't they fix that bug?
All right. We'll jump right into it. All right. So why didn't they fix that bug? So I guess I'll give a little bit of background into what I've done so far and kind of what I do right now, and then we can dive into
Sure.
my opinions on that question. So like you said, my name is Kevin. I go by Nico online, Neco. I am a game designer working on the game Paladins for Evil Mojo, and I have previous experience working as quality assurance. So I have a little bit of insight into that kind of question from the quality assurance side and a little bit from the game design side. So we can tackle the hard question right away. Why? How did that bug get through? Why didn't they catch it? I can't believe that went live. They should have delayed the game. All that stuff. As I will probably frequently be saying throughout the course of this episode, it is more complicated than people realize. And I'll kind of start off with the basic, like there's a lot of information that you wouldn't have unless you are on the other side of that question. And it's no fault of the people who are frustrated, because it is frustrating to expect a certain thing from a product and have those expectations not be met. But there are oftentimes a lot of information that just people don't have. So I have to speak in the broadest terms because that question can apply to any number of things, and the severity of any number of things varies. But why didn't they catch the bug? It could be, I'll just list off a couple options. It could
Sure.
be that they literally didn't have the manpower to do so. It could be they don't have enough QA, or there were things that were deemed more important to test, or their test plan wasn't comprehensive. Which could be either a failure on QA's part or not even QA, because literally every part of the game development cycle should be looking at what they do. So it's not QA's fault that they didn't catch the bug that programmers reduced. It's also the programmer's fault. It's also everyone who's looked at the game, that kind of thing. It could be that they did catch the bug at some point, and the company or whoever is making decisions says essentially it is not worth it for us to fix that right now. Either because there's something else that's game breaking that needs to be fixed with the resources they have, or it's going to take so long and they have to meet this deadline, like we have to get out before Christmas, or we promised we were going to get this patch out. It could be that they literally just missed it. That does happen. And it could be that the nature of the issue is modified by other factors. So for instance, if there is something that doesn't happen in a public test environment, even with thousands of players, but may happen when 10,000 players log on at the same time, there's really realistically very small chance of actually catching that in a dev or like public test environment.
Sure.
So sometimes that'll happen, and sometimes it'll manifest in different ways, and people will be like, I can't believe they didn't catch that. This happens every time I log in. But maybe it only happens every time you log in because there are thousands and thousands of other people also logging in. So I guess those are kind of the baseline potential answers that come to my head immediately, but obviously things become nuanced.
Yeah, for sure. So the example that is easiest for me to describe anyways, and we talked about this the other day, is using the example of FIFA and EA, because they're a huge company. So one of the things you mentioned, the sort of like the manpower and resources thing, you would think would sort of go out the window with a company like them. But that's not necessarily the case, depending on what the issue is and depending on the game mode and other sorts of things like that. But